Sparhawk and his lovely duffy rainbows of love.
All right, we are back, and
I'm not saying
welcome.
anything. I'm not saying anything.
Welcome back to session 2 of the Order of Insanity's Tharomel campaign, and we left off with Sparhawk and Grog having a confrontation with a gentleman in finery, a couple of soldiers, and a couple of armored minotaurs on the street in front of the tavern. And they had just noticed that one of the soldiers, Sparhawk noticed that one of the soldiers is the patron that had stood up from the corner of the bar and ended up getting killed the night before. Now, we also remember that Sparhawk is the one person in the party that recognized the boy in the bed of his inn room as well when Sparhawk woke up. So what are you guys doing?
Right. I will ask the guy who's obviously in charge. How come your Minotaurs aren't speaking?
They're well trained.
Not even to me in their own language, though.
They know better than to speak out of turn, just as any good soldier knows.
Yes.
Good soldier, huh?
We Minotaurs do make good soldiers.
They kind of are standing in the back, and they kind of take their two-handed axes and they're hefting them up a little bit from pride, from the gentleman in finery having spoken so highly of them.
Yes. What is it you actually want?
I'm instructed to take you and the ranger here to see the Baron. Nothing more, nothing less, but you will be seeing the Baron today.
Well, I don't mind going to see the Baron, but if Spar here wants to go and find his pet first, I will gladly make sure he can. Spar?
I would really like to find my pet. Look, it's not going to take too long. We will go and see the Baron. If you want to escort us, fine. But
as I said, I have a notation here that questions about said spider may very well be answered by the Baron himself.
Really?
As I said before when I first spoke.
All right, Grog, you up for following this fine gentleman?
Hey, if you want to do that, that's fine with me.
Well, he says he's got questions. He says the Baron knows where Leggy is, so I really, let's do it. Grog, you sure you want to do that?
That's fine. It also leads me to go get more shiny, you know.
Nice. All right, we'll follow you, mate.
All right, and he turns to walk towards the center of the city, and the soldiers and minotaurs fall in on the flanks.
I would like to.
I hold back and walking next to the Minotaurs.
The minotaurs kind of just cast sideways glances at you and hold their weapons at the ready. They seem to be on high alert.
I'm gonna hand back and talk to that soldier that I recognised. I'm just gonna have a quick chat with him, if you don't mind.
What are you gonna say?
All right, mate. So you're a soldier, yeah?
And you're a genius, yeah?
Oh, funny one. You're a comedian too. Okay. What's it like being in the military, serving under the Baron? I'm assuming you do serve under the Baron, correct?
Been serving under his flag for 15 years now.
15 years. Oh, awesome. I wanted to join the military myself, but I mean, look at me. I'm not really, cut out to wear the kind of armor that you're wearing. What's the training like?
Look, I'm just taking you to the Baron. Let's get on with it.
I know, but hey, that's a nice sword you've got, man.
Isn't it, though? You're just really one for stating the obvious, aren't you?
What's it made out of, friend?
Good quality steel. I can show you up close if you're interested.
I'm good. You'd have to get close enough to me to use it, though, but yeah. Thanks for chatting with me, mate. Take it easy.
On the way, I'll also say to the Minotaurs, if you're going to keep your weapons on the ready against me, you better be willing to use them. In Minotaur, by the way.
Again,
if you want, I can draw mine as well.
They're looking sideways and they don't recognize what you're saying.
Hang on a sec. Don't I speak Minotaur as well? I do, don't I?
Was that something you used a skill point? Was that something you'd used a skill point to learn?
I had 3 languages. I had Common, Elvish, and I think it was Minotaur as well. I think. Was that right way?
I'm pretty sure it was.
So I can hear this, and I'm sitting there going, Grog, take it easy.
After you say to Minotaur, well, these numbnuts here don't seem to respond to it. They don't seem to know their own language. I don't think they were bred in the labyrinths. I think they were bred here, and they only know Common.
At this point, I'm going to start speaking in Minotaur as well and say, Grog, I don't think they're even surprised that I can speak their language.
Exactly. That was the first clue.
At which point the gentleman in finery looks back at you and he says, just because they don't know it doesn't mean none of us do.
Yeah, at least someone understands it. These idiots don't seem to. I'm assuming you raised them here for your military.
That's business that isn't yours, and it isn't mine. I'm here to take you to the Baron.
Well, do you want to tell them to steady their weapons so I don't have to draw mine?
They're doing as they were instructed by the Baron himself. I can't override those commands. They were instructed to ensure that you guys arrive at the castle, and they'll do whatever they feel is necessary to ensure that happens.
Okay. If they go to swing at me, I will be swinging at you first.
Then it'll be a bad day, won't it?
That's for all of us.
And he continues to walk. Okay, Lorik, this has been a long walk for you. But you've entered into the inner courtyard, and you've arrived at the castle door. The soldiers and minotaurs take up station to either side of the main entry into the castle, and the gentleman in finery is holding the door, waving you to enter with just him.
Okay, just have a quick look around first.
Okay, roll
See
your
if I can
perception.
spot anything important.
Sure, roll your perception.
13.
Okay. As you're glancing through the door that's being held open from you, you do notice that there is a young lady wearing finery. She looks like she must be a part of the nobles in Averton. You also recognize her to be Julia from the tavern the night before.
Hmm. Is she through the door, yeah?
Yeah, she's inside the castle.
Okay. I'll stride through the door and I'll greet the young lady in question. Good morning, fair maid. How are you today?
You will address me properly, sir.
I apologise, my lady. And how are you this fine day?
A fine day it is. I suppose I'm just a little bit anxious. The Baroness's daughter is out of sorts this morning, to say the least.
Well, perhaps after my meeting with the Baron, I may be able to help.
Well, I would tell you this, but the gentleman, well, he's not close enough to overhear. I will tell you that the Baron's daughter would much prefer you see her before approaching the Baron himself.
And where may I find the Baron's daughter this morning?
She stays in the tower.
The tower. And I take it that's to the right
No, sir, it's just
or to the left?
to the left, through the doors, and there's stairs that wind all the way up from there.
Very well. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
And you too, sir. And she goes on off, kind of as if after she said what she had to say, she's almost acting somewhat lost.
I'll have a quick look around the interior. What can I see?
Roll your perception again.
Oh, terrible.
Okay. Looking around, you see that straight ahead there is a pretty nice set of double doors that clearly lead to the antechamber of this castle, where the Baron must be in to hear from the citizens. To the left, you see a single door, nicely embroidered door, that must lead on to the stairs that were indicated. It's a very nicely furnished entryway in this castle. There's benches along the side where there's already patrons sitting, waiting to be heard by the Baron. You look to the right, and you can see that there is an open archway that leads through to what looks like to be a sitting area. Looks to be arranged similarly to what a eating hall would be arranged, and probably the places to eat and the kitchen and stuff is probably over in that direction from what you can tell. But beyond that, you're not seeing anything extremely special, nothing you wouldn't expect to see in a castle. There are a couple of soldiers standing on either side of the double doors there that would lead on into the antechamber. But other than that, you don't see any soldiers either.
Okay. I will walk towards the door on the left and go through it if I am not stopped.
Okay. You hear the door behind you close, and the gentleman that escorted you to the castle seems to be nowhere in sight. So you seem to have free
Okay,
rein
I'll
at this
follow the
point.
stairs up.
Okay, you go to the stairs and follow them
I'll
up.
go to the top of the tower.
Okay. And you arrive at the top of the tower, and you see that there is a hallway that leads down about 25 feet, and at the end of the hall, there is a door, an unguarded door, that's just stood there shut, and there's narrow arrow slit type windows along the hall on either side.
Okay. Alright, I shall stride down towards the door. Obviously, I'll make a quick check to see if there's any traps.
Okay.
Or anything that might prevent me from going down towards the door.
All right, go ahead and roll your perception.
Oh, God. That was terrible.
Okay, just a second here. Okay. All you're seeing as you look down the hall, you see some furniture lining the walls. There's not any ornaments. There's not any like tapestries hanging. Nothing like that. You do, however, notice that on one arrow slit that would be to the left, you almost see some sort of a scorch mark, as if this castle had been attacked in the past, and maybe a flaming arrow had been shot up through the arrow slit and just kind of scorched around that window a little bit. Beyond that, you're not noticing any traps or anything.
Okay, I shall go to the door and I shall knock.
Okay. So Lorik is finding his way to this door to knock, just as Sparhawk and Grog are now being led into the courtyard and up to the castle door. The gentleman in finery opens the door and is waving you guys into the castle as the soldiers and minotaurs take up their stations to either side of the unguarded door. As you guys arrived, there were no soldiers or anything there when you guys arrived, but they're now taking up their stations to either side of the door. And you guys are being waved into the castle. What are you going to do?
I asked the gentleman in the finery, where's the Baron then?
He'll be straight ahead through the double doors.
Come, Hawk, let's go.
Alright. Yeah, let's do this. Sparhawk
let's
starts
find a
to
squishy one.
shake a little bit.
Okay.
Sparhawk starts to shake a little bit as he's going in.
Why are you shaking, man?
Nothing. Let's just keep going.
All right, out of the corner of your eye, a dress of finery catches your eye. You guys want to roll perception on that, either of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it, Grog, or do you want me to do it?
You can both roll.
Well, we both do it, I'm assuming.
Okay.
I noticed jack shit.
All right. Again, Grog seems to be somewhat tunnel visioned on the situation, whereas Sparhawk is able to notice that there is, in fact, a young lady walking towards them in a fine dress, and he recognizes her to be Julia from the tavern the night before.
I don't know her name, though, do I?
She introduced herself when you guys were at the table getting mead and such the night
Oh,
before.
yeah.
She was the tavern
So-
wench, but she's dressed as a noble would be dressed.
Alright. So, with a friendly smile, I'm going to say, "Oh, hey, Julia, how's it going?"
Excuse me, sir. I think you've got me mistaken. And why would a pleb like you be talking to a lady as of I?
I'm deeply sorry. I just your face. It just seems so. Do you have a sister that looks like you or something?
Are you saying that the unique beauty that was bestowed upon me belongs as well to another? I
Oh, no.
am the Lady Evangelina. I share my beauty with none.
No. That's not what I meant. Your face seems so
She
familiar
starts to
me.
glance at the soldiers standing by the door as if she wants to approach them.
I stand back and just start smiling.
Look, I'm not good with nobility. I'm really sorry. I deeply apologize, Mom. I'll just go away.
Look, I'll give you one friendly warning. If you don't want to make a fool of yourself in front of the Baron, you're best to go speak to his daughter first.
Oh, where is his daughter?
She resides in the tower.
In the tower. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Okay.
She just ignores you and kind of brushes off. She's looking kind of
Excuse me,
confused
Mom.
now. She doesn't even hear Grog. She's looking dazed, very confused as she walks away.
Well, I don't think we know where the tower is then. We're going to have to just go to meet the Baron. Unless you know
I
how to
thought the
find your way
tower
around
was
the castle.
I thought it would be. I mean, it's got to be one of these stairs, right?
Yeah, but do you really want to go walking around a castle, maybe full of guards?
Dude, come on. It's the Baron's daughter. I mean, come on.
Yes, I understand such things. I mean, this one here has a nice ass, but a bit of a lip, which is good.
Let's. Can I catch up to her? Can I run up to her and say, ask her where she is? Can I run up to her?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to jump back and go. Excuse me. I almost forgot. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I'm very nervous.
As you catch her shoulder and she spins around, you've caught her shoulder. She literally looks at you with glazed eyes, like she's not even really there. Like she's been programmed to complete a task, and that task has been completed, and she's going off somewhere, and she doesn't seem to be there. She's not responding to you. She's just walking like, I don't know, like dead weight.
So, Sparhawk's going to stand back. He's going to take a deep breath. Go, all right, something's going on here, and I'm going to find out what it is. And I'm going to walk back to Grog.
What'd you find?
Grog, she's just like the people from last night. She's okay. There, but she's not there.
As you guys are talking here, Lorik has been upstairs in the tower, knocking on this door, and all of a sudden he hears locks being undone on the other side of the door. And the door swings outward towards him, and there is an older woman, looks to be in her later years, and she opens the door and says, "Ah, yes, we've been expecting you," and she waves Lorik on into what looks to be a sitting room.
Okay. I'll step in through the door and a quick look around to see what I can see.
Okay. You look around and it just is a normal sitting room. You see just a couple of short cushioned seats, similar to like love seat size, and they're sat facing each other on the either side of a table. And on the opposite side of the table from you, there's a little hearth with a gentle fire in it. And it appears to be a floral design to the sitting chamber. It does look to be feminine to some degree, so you would expect that it would be a female resident here.
Is there anybody else in the room apart from myself and the oldish lady?
No.
Okay. I will go stand and warm my cockles by the fire.
All right. As you enter the room, she says, "We'll just wait for your friends then, if you want to make yourself comfortable." And then she pulls the
I'll
door
take a
to
seat.
behind you. Okay. So Lorik has taken a seat in the sitting room, and we'll return to Grog and Sparhawk.
Right. So where do you want to go? Do you want to find this barrel, or do you want to try and wander around the castle trying to find this tower?
I want to find the tower. Oh, come on, dude. It's the Baron's daughter. I mean, all that power, all that money. That's shiny. Come on.
The shiny is a good point.
Nice.
How do we find that shiny?
Is there anybody around, Tig? Out of character?
There are a couple of soldiers, one standing on either side of the double wide doors. There are a line of patrons sitting on the benches that flank the doors on either side, and it's clear that these are people waiting to get an audience with the Baron.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's a good idea to ask one of the guards where the Baron's daughter was, to be honest.
Alright, we've been requested to see her. Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
I'll approach one of the guards and ask them where the Baron's daughter's tower is. Either of them, good enough.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your charisma.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Oh, God.
My charisma is... yeah, it's going to be funny. $25.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes. That's good for Grog.
That is quite
That's
good.
actually still a low score, though.
Yes, but you are talking to a soldier here, and he kind of recognizes a gruffness to your voice, a gruffness that he can respect in your voice, and he is kind of curious that a Minotaur would be asking him this. Again, typically Minotaurs are serving a master, and so this soldier probably assumes that you're asking in service of your better, in service of a noble of some sort, because, I mean, who else would have a Minotaur? So he readily tells you, yeah, the tower's just through that door, and you'll see some stairs. Just follow the stairs all the way up, and you can't miss it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, sir. And then I walk back to Spark and say, yeah, it's this way. And then start heading up towards the tower. See, that wasn't very hard, was it?
Yeah.
See, the frontal approach is nice and easy. Keep it simple.
So, are we walking up the stairs now, Tig? Are we, like, up the... And there's nobody on those stairs,
Are you
right?
walking up the stairs? I mean, you got to tell me what you're doing.
I am.
I'm not gonna. I try
I'm
not
gonna-
to
you know-
assume what you guys are doing. I mean, I
Yeah.
want you guys to have freedom.
So, me
I'm
and
walking
Grog
up
are
the
walking
stairs.
up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Grog are both walking up the stairs, and there's nobody on these stairs, right? Nobody can hear us?
You don't encounter any resistance going up the stairs. No. You don't see any
Okay,
other.
so
There's not anybody on the stairs.
So I'm going to turn to Grog and say, Grog, look, the reason why I thought it was a bad idea to ask one of the guards was, well, basically, you remember one of the guards who escorted us to the to here? Do you remember that bloke who died last night in the inn? The one who got mauled by? Do you remember him?
I just remember a brawl from last night. I don't remember much else. It's sort of black.
You don't remember the screams?
I remember fighting. I vaguely remember breaking tables and a wall at some point in the night.
Well, Grog, one of the
And
that soldier,
Yeah.
Grog, looked exactly like the person who died in the corner that got mauled by all those people. I just thought I'd let you know, okay? That's why I thought it was a bad idea. I don't trust these people, man. I don't even know what they are. I don't even know what he is.
that soldier must be a badass, and he must be kind of hard to kill if he survived the mighty Grog.
Well,
Hmm.
can't you kill something that isn't dead, Grog?
I can kill a lot of things. And I enjoy killing a lot of things.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say, how do you kill something that's already dead?
He's
Exactly.
alive. He's alive down there. I could turn him to paste. Would that help?
Okay. Alright, I trust you, Grog.
Okay, so are you guys still making your way, or are you guys stood there talking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
we're still on the way up.
Okay, so you guys have reached the top of the
Still
stairs.
walking along.
You're looking down about a 25-foot hallway with arrow slit windows on either side and a door at the end.
Well, at least it's simple. There's only one way to go.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Well,
make
I
your way
walk
to
up
the door
and
then?
just knock. Yeah, I just walk up and start knocking.
I'm going to stand back a bit and do a perception check just to notice my surroundings.
Okay, go ahead and do your perception check. Okay, you
Nice.
notice that there's furniture and such lining this hallway. You see a couple of different scorch marks as if there has been a battle fought at this castle in the past, but they do appear to be very old, nowhere near recent. One thing that you do notice, however, is that while all of the furniture matches, it all appears to be of the same make. Some of it looks to be extremely old. Some of it appears to be almost brand new. And some of it appears to be anywhere in between. And that applies to not only the chairs, it applies to the bookshelves that are lining the hall, the candelabras that are lining the hall. Every single bit of furniture, all of it matches its similar, counterparts, but every piece, they all appear to be different ages.
Okay.
And
Cool.
beyond that, that's all you've noticed. And
Okay.
so as Grog knocks on the door swings outward towards you guys, and an older lady is there, and she says, "Oh, finally you've come. We've been waiting." And she waves you on into the sitting room.
Thank you very much. And I walk in.
Okay, and
Thank you,
inside you guys see Lorik sitting next to the fire. And you guys can all take a minute. The old lady, she goes ahead and closes the door, and she just simply says, "If you guys would just please wait here a couple of moments, I'm going to go get my lady. And then I'm sure she's more than anxious to speak with you." And then she disappears deeper into a different room.
So, what took you so long?
Well, yeah.
I was having a conversation with some rather puny-looking guards.
Ah,
It was,
I take it Grog go smush.
Rob was thinking about smushing something, yes.
Lorik,
Thought so somehow.
Lorik, I noticed one of the guards. Do you remember that guy who was screaming last night?
Yeah.
Who died? He
The same
he
guard.
Yeah.
The same
he
guard
looked
who has been
exactly-
in the army for 15 years. That
Yeah,
guard?
that's what he said to me. Yeah, he said that to me as well.
Yeah.
I I asked him what the training was like, and he couldn't answer me. He didn't know.
Yeah, I have to assume now, here and now, there's something very fishy is going on with this city. If people that have died the night before are still alive or still around, then there's either one of three things happening here. One,
Yeah.
we are in a really bad dream. Two, we're still completely drunk and we are on some sort of drug. Or three, there is some sort of magic or wizardry going on. Now, out of the three, I don't want it to be the latter.
Oh,
I'm hoping I'm still drunk.
I would like
Okay.
to agree I'm still drunk with you as well, Grog. Did you not notice the guards had a glassy-eyed look? Even the woman who showed me how to get up here, her eyes were strange.
yeah,
Something's
I ran
going
back
on.
to... I ran back to turn her around because I forgot to ask her where this tower was, and she just stared at it. She was exactly like what we were fighting last night.
Yeah, I hope the money's worth it, because once it's over and done with, I will not be staying in this place any longer than I have to.
I don't want to be here anymore. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Be confident in your abilities.
Okay, as
He's
you
just
guys are talking,
a puny little weakling.
the old lady walks back into the room and simply says, "She's ready for you now." And she stays by the door she's just entered, and she's holding it, waiting for you guys to go beyond.
Very well, gentlemen. Shall we proceed? I'll stand up and stride through the doorway.
I shall try to do the same with my height.
Okay. Yeah, this
You might
door
want
is
to
about
look a bit,
the
Grog.
door is about 8 foot, so you do have to duck down and go through. But and Sparhawk, are you going along with them, or?
Sparrow kind of looks up into the air, breathes in deeply, looks down, breathes out, and goes, confident, and then gets up and trips over himself as he's trying to walk out with a stride the same as Laurie.
Manly,
the-
what are you doing?
The old lady notices your uneasiness, and she says, "Oh, no worries have you, my lord. You'll never meet a finer woman."
My lord, that's the first time someone's ever called me that.
Warwick, have you noticed the boob behind us?
I try not to on a regular basis.
Okay, you've all entered into the room now, and the lady shuts the door behind you, and you're left standing right now between a door and a mostly sheer curtain, but definitely a curtain you need to walk on through. You can just kind of see the silhouette of some sort of throne, and there must be somebody sitting on it, but you can't really see beyond the silhouette of the throne through the curtain. And next thing you know, you hear a very high but elegant and beautiful voice come through the curtain and says, "Oh, do, please, please, come in. Make yourselves welcome."
Very well.
Sparhawk
I shall step forward
calms down.
and pull the curtain open and
Okay.
step through.
As you pull the curtain, indeed there is someone sitting on the throne, and this young woman appears to be about 25 tops, and she is absolutely stunning. Probably, if you have an affinity for human beauty, she would be the apex of the feminine figure. Absolutely beautiful, and she's got raven black hair that flows elegantly down behind her shoulders. She's wearing a very fine silk dress, white embroidered in blue, and she just appears to have a very fine, silken smooth skin. Just like I say, the apex of beauty. You can't imagine a more beautiful woman.
Very well. I shall take a breath. I shall bow. Greetings, my lady. You requested to see me. And my companions.
Indeed I did, indeed I did. I'm so thankful that you were able to find me before you spoke with my father. Unfortunately, managing the small amount of work I did with the tavern wench that I knew you would recognize is all that I can muster to manipulate the magical hold that my father has on this city. And I'm just fortunate that you guys were able to encounter her and that she was able to guide you to me as I desired. Beyond her, the only other magic I've been able to expend beyond my father's grasp is the flyers that brought you here. I know that you've come seeking a promise, and I must say that I hope I can fulfill that promise, but before I can, you must help me rid this curse, this magical hold, because it is unfortunately magic of the evilest and darkest sort. My father, he's not truly my father any longer, because what you see here in front of you now, this isn't me. And I've been fighting it for so long. This isn't me. I should be with my mother now. I should be resting. My mother waits for me. I know she does. And my father has robbed me of the reunion with my mother for I don't even know how long. Over and over, every day seems to be the same, and yet I know it's not. Every day, the people in the streets, the newcomers arrive. The newcomers there, they don't last the night, and then they join the masses, fulfilling whatever role my father sees fit. The only time that my father can be found a little weak is as I'm going to tell you what I know, because I need your help. I've been trapped here. I've been dead for so long, and yet I've been unable to die. My father was a great man once, for he truly was. Never the baron that he makes himself out to be now, no. My father was a priest of a small hamlet, not far from here. But he was a holy man, and what he believed in were good things. He just wanted to hold on to the things he loved. I understand that, but it's changed him. He's not a good man any longer. He found an artifact. I don't know where he found an artifact from. I don't know how he learned to use it. But whatever deal he made with whomever he made it with, it changed him. And now it's time that he joins my mother and I. I hope he can join my mother and I. I just don't know now. But what I do know is that the gem must be destroyed. I must be laid to rest, and the only way to do that is to find you three. You three are the first people that I can remember, which I don't remember much, But you three have broken my father's game. Because that's what this has turned into, is a game. You guys survived the night. My father awakes in the morning. And as he awakes in the morning, he's at his full power. And as soon as he awakens, he starts channeling his magical powers into this gem. And it returns the city to life, resetting everything. Pulling together the city from times past, piecing everything and making a whole. He just, I don't know how it makes him so powerful. I don't understand. But throughout the day, as the day wanes on, he starts to get tired. And as the sun sets, he begins to ready himself for rest. And his magical channeling gets weaker. And as he lays himself down for sleep, all that's left are the residual powers that he's put into the gem. And unfortunately that is what you had to survive. The residual powers of this gem that my father is trying to harness the powers of. Clearly this gem is the evil. This gem has turned what my father has been doing to try to maintain life. And as soon as my father disconnects from the gem, everything he's done turns to death and destruction and madness. It's the gem that must be destroyed. And I only hope that there is some sort of retribution and some way to right my father's wrongs. Will you help me?
Yes, I will help you. Magic cannot be trusted in any form, and all dealings with magic must be stopped. Yes, I will help.
She looks to Sparhawk. Will you help me?
Yeah, I will. Alright. Yeah.
And she even looks to Grog squarely in the eyes, one of the few people in the city to have done so. And she asks him, independently of the others, will you help me?
Yes, I will.
Then let us go see my father. And she stands up. And now I think it's time for us to take another quick break. It's been about another hour, and I need a refill on my drink. So I think we'll leave there. Our heroes have met the Baron's daughter, and yeah, they'll be going to meet the Baron hopefully. So we will be back in about 5 minutes, you guys. We'll talk to you then.